What is up, everybody, and thank you for stopping by our channel.
If you're new here, we're a family of 7 who uprooted our life from Wisconsin to come on down to Florida.
Also, if you're new, please consider subscribing. Click that subscribe button down below. Give it a big thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow, guys. Today, we're going to talk about the shell shock. You're supposed to do it too. The shell shock associated with moving from a northern state down to the great state of Florida.
Let's get into it.
Let's get right into it.
Right in.
Right now, we're diving in. So you've packed up your life. You've made the move down to Florida. Now you're here.
Then what?
Then what? It doesn't feel real.
Don't worry, it soon will. So some of you might be in a situation kind of like we were, where you had, when we got down here, he had about a week in between
When we
getting
got
us
here
settled
and then starting your job.
Yeah, starting your job. But then we also had some family members that had come down, spent some time with us, helped us kind of get settled and things like that. So for me, for you, it probably felt more settling because you had to go to a job.
But again, it's a new job. And any of you, even in your home states or whatever, you start a new job, you get almost a new energy. You get that little bump up and you're feeling good. Just like the saying, you move down to Florida, it feels like vacation.
For me, it didn't hit me until my dad and stepmom drove away. Then it was like the tears came down, the realness of, oh my goodness, what did we do? Like, we're here.
We got nobody around.
We have nobody, and like all the first, I would say like the first jitters for me kicked in of, did we do the right thing? Is this what's best for our kids? Did we make a mistake? Oh my goodness. Like feeling alone, so to speak, even though we weren't alone because we had each other, but it was just that initial, like when the family left and I literally watched them drive their car down the street and you were at work and I'm just like,
and just
oh
like
my
that,
gosh, what am I gonna do? It's like bringing a baby home for the first time. You're like, well, now what?
And just like that, the vacation's over.
Yeah.
But not really.
It was just a few days ago. I was talking to Eric and I'm like, I think we should go live because I was having like, I don't know what it was. We've been here a year. Almost. And you still get these glimpses of like an overrush feeling of, I can't believe I live here.
And it probably happens for me a lot more because if you guys follow us on Facebook, lately I've been posting videos, pictures of different places I get to go. And I've literally went all over the state, seen the most beautiful beaches, the most beautiful sights. And it's like, this is where I work, This is awesome.
So my moments are obviously a little bit different than his. I don't know, I get a lot of times when I get them is when I'm at the pool with the little ones during the day.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And I'm sitting, they're swimming, and I'm watching them and I'm sitting in my chair and all of a sudden I'm just kind of laying back and got my sunglasses on and all of a sudden I'm thinking like,
it's January.
Like, this is my life. Like this is crazy.
She's probably right before that sitting at home, maybe cruising Facebook, looking at pictures of all of our friends or family back in Wisconsin.
Making snowmen.
And then it's like, hey, let's grab some towels and some sunscreen. Let's go to the pool,
Yeah, it's definitely, even sometimes like the weirdest things. Like Brody and I going to the grocery store at the new Publix and just walking out and just being like, I'm getting groceries here because I live here. And you just, I don't know, I get mine at random times. Like even when I'm driving you know, the 2 little ones are sleeping in the back when I get done dropping the kids off at school, and I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like looking around, and it's like, oh my gosh, like we're not on vacation, like we live here, and like, and then I picture like how far away we are from Wisconsin, and I don't know, yeah. And you still get those rushes.
For you native Floridians that are watching our channel, I know you are, or people that have even been here for a while, we probably sound ridiculous. You know, like, yeah, this is life, you know? But you know what? Picture yourselves moving from here up to a state where it's snow.
Okay, so you're 35, I'm 32. Like, that's all we've, oh yeah, shh. I mean, I'm 23. No, but that's all we know. And like in one of our other videos, I think it was the winter one, I don't know if it's for everybody, for me, but like your body, like you just adjust to the seasons. Like you know, okay, fall's coming, you know, whatever. And it's like, you just don't have that here, and
you kind of do. You know,
you do.
People have said you don't get seasons in Florida. Yeah, I think you do. The leaves fall. Okay, the weather gets cooler. Like this morning, it was in the 40s. So I mean, that's not a summer day. You know,
I'm gonna be real with you. Like I did not think it was actually ever gonna get as cold as it's gotten here. Yeah, like when I moved here, I thought, I'm done with this.
Swimming year round.
Yeah,
you know?
like,
well, we have, but
you have. So another moment that just happened recently about being shell shocked, right? About the differences on what we do in our life now, this time of year, of what we would do at home, right? We're at dinner with your sister, you guys, downtown Disney Springs, like that's where we have our dinners now. Like when we go out to eat, like, you know, I remember back in Wisconsin and we had made our vacations. We were coming down here, like every 5-6 years in a row. But every year we're like, gosh, we hope we can make that happen. You know, I hope that our schedules work and things. And now it's like, should we just go down on Friday night?
I'll call Lindsay at work, you know, Friday afternoon and say, hey, you want to go down to Rainforest Cafe for dinner?
Do you feel like that today, or are you feeling something else? Yeah. You know, and it's just so weird thinking back to how excited we were on vacations to just like, oh my gosh, guys, look it, we're down here. You know?
And it's so nice because if you don't feel like it, it's okay because you can just go the next day.
Exactly. And like, so we're having dinner down there. And after dinner, we're like, you guys feeling dessert? So we're walking around Disney Springs and we're looking for the candy shop. And you got music over here, you got bands, and it's like, this is just our weeknight. Like, this is just something that Monday night that we can just quick, you know, we got everything else ready for school the next day and work. Let's head on down there, spend the night down there and see what's going on. Like, it's just, to me, that's just crazy because Monday night in Florida, or in Wisconsin, I'm sorry, that's not like...
Maybe like a basketball practice?
Yeah, maybe basketball practice, or, and not that, I mean, we have stuff here too, but like, it's just different, you know? It's just, we have completely changed our life.
For sure.
Everything about it. I mean, even our weeknights are just... where we eat, the type of places we go, that we can go, it's just, I don't know what you think about that.
Another thing that's way different in Florida, if you're coming from a northern state, is the pace of life. And we're not just talking about everybody's lounging around by the pool, being lazy. I'm talking about things like job interviews. Now, where I come from, you have a job interview because you need the help, right? Down here in Florida, it seems like people go interview for a job and you might not even hear back from the company for a month. Now, why are you having these interviews today if you don't need someone until a month from now? Doesn't make sense to me.
So another thing, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because...
Correct her, she's wrong all the time.
You know,
I correct her all the time.
Okay. Doesn't mean
and
you're
I
right.
Also interrupt her.
Doesn't mean you're right, though. Anyways. Again, we're learning, so, you know, I could be completely wrong on this, but this is with our experience of what we went through with even like the healthcare. So back in Wisconsin, I worked in the hospital. I was a phlebotomist, so I'm pretty
in tune.
I'm pretty familiar with the lab, and okay, so if your getting this taken or this taken, how long and whatever. However, I'm not familiar with Florida's process.
See, I'm correcting her all the time.
Anyways, but it's just ridiculous to me how pretty simple labs, pretty cut and dry, like weeks.
I'm gonna add something into this too, because I find it really weird. And again, correct us if we're wrong, but here in Florida, you need blood work taken. Your doctor orders the blood work
before they even like really.
Well, let me start that over. In Wisconsin, where we came from, if you're at your primary care physician and he orders blood work, usually there's a phlebotomist or a lab on site, and they take it right there and they just send you there. Now here, you literally have to get an order and bring it to a laboratory and then get your blood taken there. So you're sitting in another waiting room.
And most of the ones that we've come across, you've got to call and make appointments or set them up online. Yep. So you could be, your follow-up appointment with your doctor, they put months out, a month out or better because of the time that it takes you just to get your blood taken. Now, however, we have never come from a huge state. This could be like this in California. It could be like this other places. We
Rhode
have no
Island.
idea. Right, we have no idea where.
It's the smallest state.
Whatever. We have no idea because we've never left Wisconsin. So we don't know. We're just saying from our experiences, things that were like, oh my gosh, this is shell shock, right? It's different. We're getting used to it. But I'm telling you, lab work that I know back home would be ran in a few hours or you'd get it that day.
They'll tell you 7 days here.
No, they'll say 7 days. But then when you talk,
That's right.
When you talk to the office, they say, oh no, we don't get those back for 2 weeks or better. And it's like 2 weeks, so it's just, I don't want to say it this way because I don't want to put negative feelings in there about that, but I'm telling you when it comes to the healthcare, that has been my one thing. And it's probably because I am someone, again, who has specialists. My kids have specialists. So it'd be one thing if we just went to the doctor for one time a year for our physicals and that was it. But unfortunately, we have to see doctors more regularly. So that is something that is a constant burden, I feel, in our house, because that everybody warned me about that too, coming here because of my heart disease, because of my lung disease. Everybody warned me that it's an issue down here. And you know what? As much as I love it here and it's starting to feel like more home, I will take any and all information. If someone else has got a better experience with the healthcare, shoot them at me because I am willing. I mean, it has been tricky.
I was gonna say a struggle, but tricky. Yeah, it's the healthcare has
tricky.
Been. That's one thing that we have not perfected here yet is the doctor situation, healthcare, and all that. The last thing we want to talk about that has been kind of shell shocker. The last thing that's been a shell shocker for us is the amount of tourists there are in Florida.
I mean, we knew it.
But
the everyday living is like
it's not that you get sick of it, because I'm one that I know
people watcher.
I'm a people watcher, but I know that these tourists are what's driving our economy down here. So it's a necessity for us to have them in Florida for, to keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, but even like going to places like Springs, Disney Springs. And we were walking down there the other day and we're like, what do you think the percentage is?
Yeah, I'd like to know that.
Of how many
people here are tourists?
Locals.
Exactly, right.
And I don't know. I think the tourists are probably
they
well
outnumber
over,
us,
for sure. Which, in some parts of it, I think is so cool because we were them. Like, we were tourists and coming down here and all that. But sometimes it would just be cool to hit up spots like that it's just us.
We haven't found any of those like locals only spots.
Yeah, where the local only spots that are touristy attracted. You know what I mean? Like really cool, fun hot spots.
All the tourists know about them. But we're gonna try to bring you guys some that you don't know about, and then all of a sudden they'll be crowded because so many people are watching our videos and learning about these things.
I think it's just crazy. I know we've done a traffic video too, but
that wasn't even bad traffic that day.
no, I think it's crazy to me how early I leave for an appointment. Or
Well, that's all relative to where you live in Florida too. You
I
can live
know.
right next to a doctor's office.
it's very true, very true. But it just, yeah, I mean, there was just a lot of things that you're like, we've vacationed down here 6 years in a row. Like we
know what it's like.
We know the area.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You have no idea. I mean, it is.
And of course, tourists want to come down here. It's
awesome.
Gorgeous. That's why we want to move here. You know, that's why everybody wants to move here that's watching our channel. I assume there's not people watching our channel that hate Florida, because why would you be watching? Oh, there's a couple.
But I will say, for any ladies out there or gentlemen who don't like to drive or get nervous, like I'm a very anxious, I don't want to say anxiety, but yeah.
Yeah, you got anxiety.
I'm a nervous driver.
But you've grown to not be.
My goodness, I am. That's one thing I'm so proud of myself with.
You want a high five?
Because I have never driven on any roads ever in 32 years or however many years I've been driving, and I never thought I would. Every time we travel down here, you were always the driver.
You're like, I'm never gonna drive on this highway. No.
When we first moved here, I'm like, yeah, that I don't know what to tell you, but
now she's driving down the road with her knee, texting, and
no, I don't. I would never. First of all, I would never do that. But no, now I'm like right in there.
Yeah.
And you know, and two, even just finding your ways. Like I remember when we first moved here, I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna find this school. Like I was in tears because he had walked me through it. You know, we'd driven it together as a practice run, and I'm like, no, like there's no way. Now it's like the only time I really use my GPS for a lot of things is just time. And if there's a quicker way or if there's an accident, it is crazy how fast that it just becomes
congested.
No.
Oh.
What? Are you with me on this?
Yeah, I meant like traffic congestion, you know?
No.
All of a sudden things can get backed up.
Do you have to go potty? Anyways, I meant like how quick you get it and it just comes to you and you remember roads and you remember here and you remember how to get places and I mean now I can get all the way to Downtown.
Yes, do it again.
Downtown Orlando, and I don't even.
Blink.
Like I can just boom, I know where I gotta go, or if I gotta get to this street down there or whatever, I can get to your work. And which is some of you are probably like, duh lady, it's like everyday life. But for me, that's a big win because
at first when you moved here, you were shell-shocked. Shell-shocked that you would not know your way around, you're never gonna figure it out, and you did. So
however,
you were the winner.
When I do get drivers in this house.
Yeah, they're not driving here.
No, they're not driving here.
Okay guys, thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video. Please do not forget, at 1,000 subscribers, we are giving away another t-shirt. Shout out to the Eric Evolving channel for winning our first t-shirt. At 1,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away another one. So to win that t-shirt, subscribe to our channel, comment on our videos, because that's how we pick our winner. And we will see you next time.